pretty brutal.
8 there. We're going to try to finish this half. We've seen a lot of 4 and 5 EG this game. Well, Husk has been farming. Sumail's still the top net worth. But all these creeps, they're just getting eaten alive.
That's so cool. There's no way for EG to initiate without committing. And how can you do that if Kunkka's just going to go back to units?
And like I said, Huskar is queuing up the BKB second item here.
I actually forget if you said that or not. I actually forgot. You want the Hurricane fight, right?
Hurricane.
But he is going that, it looks like, 3rd, 4th.
I don't know if I like it. I think, okay, if it's after Halberd, I'm down. But the whole Hurricane Pike before BKB is lunacy.
Okay.
Oh, here we go. Dang.
He's fine.
Hector does have to be careful. There's always that looming threat of Sumail over there.
Sumail is cute. I was about to say, he queued up Greaves, and I was like, Chen's already got the mech.
That's exactly what I mean, right?
So fast.
Yeah,
Look at this.
but
Yeah.
like he's TPing from hard camp to shrine, like literally just so he can increase his pace.
Because he knows his team, they don't really need him. And look at this, they're going to find Arteezy again. Will be able to stun on Schofield. He's been perfect with it so far. They don't even need it. This is just a beatdown from the Slardar.
With the tip. He can't play this area of the map with no vision, guys. Like, they got his ward on the shrine, so now he's just playing naked, and that's against, or blind rather, and Nyx just finds him.
I think naked was fine.
Technically, I mean, he doesn't wear clothes. It is like a lifestyle. He's a weird-looking guy.
Yeah, he is. It's a lifestyle choice. Don't judge him. It's 2019.
And guess what? We're looking at the 2 top net worth now, both on Radiance. Huskar as well as Whisper on this Slardar.
And keep in mind, this is a
It's a very
This
big
isn't
game.
some like throwaway match, okay?
They both
EG
need
and
it.
Infamous have the same win percentage right now.
They're at 4-5 right now, which is, if you're top 4, guess what?
Yeah.
You're in the upper. If you're not,
But
well...
EG has one more point, and they've played one more series. Like, this is Infamous's opportunity to, if they were to 2-0 here, they would move ahead.
They're
They'd be
looking
in upper
prime.
bracket.
They're looking prime to be in that upper for sure.
In fact, I would say this is a must-win game for EG under the circumstances. They need at least one out of the series.
Yeah.
Well, it is for both teams, but, you know.
So it's a must-win for
But
both teams.
EG's the one that's expected to
Exactly.
win, right? That's like, at least based on previous tournament results.
Especially if you guys haven't been watching Infamous, trust me, they have been looking good. We got a cast them yesterday, 2-0 in Fnatic.
Took a game off
convincingly.
LGD.
Yep.
Took a game off VG.
Yep. They are very, very good.
And he is going for the Radiance on Lifestealer this game.
Oh, there's going to be initiation going. There will be a stomp. Will they be able to get Schofield? They've got the detection, and they bring him down. Sentry wards.
Really? Do we really like that, guys? Did he didn't go Midas on Arteezy, did he?
Yeah, he did.
He did.
Okay. I mean, in theory,
I don't
however,
hate it, but...
you have the AA plus amp on your magic damage, but I don't know if I buy that.
I feel like
They're trying this tower. Oh, that's a fake.
Chen creeps just going down again.
It's a lot of golden experience.
Oh, yeah.
You're just giving away bottom lane.
Whisper is in this.
He's going to go for the solo kill. Can he get it? Is there an ultimate from Arteezy? There is not.
Oh
He just right-clicked him. He's got that move speed as well. The open wound is going to wear off shortly. Schofield running down here as well.
TP, EG.
He's dead.
Trying. One more hits a bash. There will be, but there's going to be crit. He has TP'd in. He's going to throw out his ulti. Schofield is here now. Throws the stun out. Will hit crit. Arteezy is going to run back in. There's a TP, but it's a long one from Sumail. They're trying to chase on. Arteezy now attacking Schofield. Fly actually dies up top. And they will be able to get Schofield, possibly. He's going to use another boulder. There's going to be the Carapace, but Crit picks up the kill. And that was a one-for-one trade, actually, because if Fly ends up going down top and losing all his creeps, honestly, so probably good for Infamous.
It's a lot of time Arteezy's not farming, too.
Yeah, but it's big for EG as well, though, because they're also ensuring that there's no other move being made in the middle area of the map by Infamous. And they need time.
Oh my goodness, the Ravage from afar. He throws out the anchor smash. Oh my goodness, he pops a BKB and dies instantly. They don't even get the tower yet. Chris Luck, he's getting over the TV, and it looks like he will make it. No one else is here, and look at their ping. That was a Ravage from, that was actually sick.
That's why you need a 4-step, pal.
Yeah. Would you got out of that, you think?
What? He can't even take himself seriously.
BSJ, he's grinning over here.
If a teammate had a 4-staff, though.
Exactly. But the Shadow Blade done on Sumail, by the way.
That's...
Just first item, Shadow Blade.
You get, okay, explain to me why.
Well,
Invis is good, Grant.
You proc, you can E out of Invis, and it does a ton of damage. And eventually, I guess you get Silver Edge for the Huskar.
You don't have any like elusive heroes on your team.
That's
So
true.
it is making them have to deal with that Shadow Blade invis and like the threat of like a +1. Like now all of a sudden Earth Spirit's a huge threat on the map because you have the Shadow Blade on AA anytime he's off map.
And you've got to assume that you're going to be targeted in every fight by Infamous, and it's difficult to itemize to stay alive once they catch you. So you just want to ensure
You literally can't get caught.
It's just a difference in philosophy. Like OG, honestly, myself as well, I prioritize like, okay, let's build like raw stats and survivability items. Sumail has always been more flashy, the pioneer of like, you know, the Yules and the SF. Like he loves to just effectively outplay his opponents, abuse mobility and positioning versus just raw survivability. So it's just a difference of opinion.
You guys know that Whisper just picked up a full BKB, by the way, in a stash. So we've got 2 BKBs already on Radiant. Yeah, he is owning. Just uses Midas as well.
And check out his talents, Grant, because they are incredibly strong. Specifically, the
You like the health regen over the damage?
That's a misclick. That's a misclick.
What?
The 8 health regen
Over 25 damage.
Yeah,
It feels,
definitely.
especially versus AA, it feels...
that has to be a misclick.
Like, because I always think about talents in comparison to gold, right? 25 damage is like 1500, whereas the 8 health regen is like 800. It's not...
It hurts a little.
You're able to farm a
I
lot
guess
more
you do
effectively,
sustain on the map with it, but like I feel like I've never seen a Slardar ever take that.
yeah, and love this creep by Fly. Folk prioritizing this Ice Ogre, or Ogre Frost Mage.
And oh, bottom. They're looking for Arteezy again. Schofield is here. Has to stun out of Invis, so won't have the extra damage. Let's see. Is anyone going to help him out? He's going for the stun. There's the silence. He gets the rage up because he saw the silence playing in. They're going to try to turn it around, though. But S4 did TP behind the shrine, not in front of it, so they should be able to just run out of here.
Let's have Ravage.
Oh, there's going to be a roll. They find Whisper. This would be a huge kill. He does have that BKB. Oh, my goodness. He just turns on crit, doing so much. He's BKB'd up. They're going to soul bind 2 of them together. Arteezy is getting eaten alive right now. He's trying off inside. Can he? He finally makes it into crit. Now he's going to turn on the Whisper. He just loses BKB, and guess what? They'll Ravage every time for that one.
Sick. EG, you know,
Whoa.
They still have AA Blast for this Huskar.
They do.
I don't know if you want to fight this. It's Infamous.
Without your Slardar, this guy is, he's a big boy.
And a lot of that, the no boots mech on Fly, I believe Crit has Medallion.
No, Tide has it.
Tide has it. Okay, because they were, and the Vlads. So you've got so much plus armor. Yes, Slardar is doing a ton of damage, but every little bit of armor is so effective. They had Bassi. Do they have casual Bassi on anyone on EG?
I'll let BSJ take a look.
Yeah, I'm looking. Nope, no Bassi on EG yet.
No, middle lane, they're going to go in for Chris Luck. He will get rolled on. They obviously don't have. There's going to be another BKB. That's the 3rd BKB already from Infamous, by the way. Super early. They will be able to find Fly.
Now straight into Roche.
Oh, they got everything. Obviously, these creeps are going to be a little bit of a hindrance, but you're still a little scared to go into Roche, right, against AA.
You just can't be low on Huskar. He does have the life steal talent, which is 20%.
Oh, gets stunned. I love it. He's just throwing Hadoukens at him. There's the Radiance now on the lifestealer. 21
Yeah, you
minutes
can't
in.
fight this. I don't think you can do this as Infamous.
If you're
Die here.
you want a team fight, not a fight in the pit.
Here we
There's
go.
no Ravage.
There's no BKB, by the way, up on the Kunkka at least. He will get 4-stepped away.
Oh, the 4-staff.
Yeah, EG's got to be careful. Triple BKB timing for Infamous. The longer this game goes, the better for EG at this point. But this is the huge timing for Infamous because you just ignore everything EG throws at you under the cover of those BKBs in your cores, and you overextend, and suddenly everybody dies, and Infamous take ages. Suddenly they might look to run away with the game.
It's a pretty crazy game so far. It feels like we're just like pretty much 4 versus 4, 5 versus 5 with a Huskar just farming out.
Look at the net worth parity.
I was gonna like the Kunkka is also really farmed.
They all are. Look, they're all at 10,000.
Yeah.
S4 really the only lower farmed core, but it's a tide usually unless you have a good lane.
I feel like Infamous is in these games where like they shouldn't have net worth on these heroes. Like the Kunkka start, the Huskar start was really rough, and yet they're just the top 4 net worth, like pretty much all hand in hand. By the way, went for the 4-staff right after the BKB.
Yep.
Realizing that item is really important against Ancient Apparition.
I like
one on
I'm
Nyx
with
as
you
well.
on Force. I just think Pike to me is just so expensive.
Yeah, if you want to go for the full pike, that is a big investment.
They're to move in. There won't be a mech being able to be used by Flying. Look at the Soulbind actually goes back onto him. They're going to throw out a double silence. They're just going to run away. Ravage will be up in 5 seconds. And Whisper, he does use his BKB, and these charges do matter. Like late games usually, at least we've got the BKB, but they're losing a few of them. Middle lane, they actually want to fight. Huskar has to leave the Roche pit. Here's going to be a bow coming. S4 really popped the Ravage. He doesn't want to commit it too soon. There's going to be a gush coming out. Chris Luck does have his BKB now. They're just going to try to run away. And feels like EG's just baiting out a BKB from Whisper and then from Chris Luck.
They're doing a great job. They have a great read on how Infamous is trying to play this game. They know this is the power spike. They're looking to force an engagement, get kills, and go Roche. And EG, they're not making themselves scarce. They want want to ensure Infamous is chasing them, but no intention of team fighting unless they overextend severely.
And they're also constantly putting a chin creep in the pit, so they always know whether or not Huskars are going to try to sneak it. It does go pretty fast. Magic resistance on Roche nowadays is only 50%, so the Burning Spears actually do tick it down pretty fast.
It's just so difficult to fight in the pit as Infamous against AA Tide.
Yeah, you can't. That's what I mean. That's why they're like, you just have to be careful at all times on EG that you need to be reacting to the Roche the second it starts, not any later. So like by having that chin creep, there's just no way that EG will not be in position. They do get a nice D ward mid as well. That's a double ward value.
Yeah,
I guess they accidentally placed
the Ags on AA.
Oh my god, they actually missed the second ward, by the way. That's a big deal. Sorry, continue.
Ags AA doesn't increase the damage, but it means the frostbite lasts 17 full seconds, so
it's a lot.
If you hit that on the Huskar, he really just can't.
He has to just run away.
Yeah.
He's not there.
Your game is actually over. Like for the 17 seconds you're in. Yeah, it's over.
But he is quite squishy.
Look at his damage on Stinger. Will we see a kick and an AA? He's throwing out the blast. Will it OB on over? It will, and that's an Aghanims. He is going down.
I feel like he could have dodged that.
Well, he
saw it on the Kunkka. Like you actually see the ball itself.
No, you don't.
No, like the actual ball, like not the first throw, but when the ball actually comes out, you do see it.
Whisper. Oh, he fakes out the Ravage, trying to bait out the BKB. Who's gonna commit first? They're both just dancing on each other. You gotta be careful. Arteezy, he does damage, but they know Schofield's here as well. Who's coming down? It's gonna be Hector. There's a full solar press now on Tidehunter, which is scary.
He's gotta be really careful about toggling Radiance in these engagements.
Middle lane now. It's actually gonna be Chris Luck. He uses BKB. It's Fly as well as Crit plus Sumail trying to bring him down. Do they have detection? They sure do. A is gonna fly. Does it hit? Yep, it does, and he's gonna probably go down here, especially if this roller.
The boat's fading off. He's gonna die to his own boat buff.
And he will. He goes down. Sumo gets the kill. Now they're chasing after Schofield. There is a shrine. Will he pop it? They do pop it, and there is no AA blast. So Hector, he should have a pretty free. But Schofield, guess what? He goes down, and Hector, he's all alone. He's like, wait a minute. Uh-oh, this ain't good. They do bring over the Grimm's throws, but now Whisper's here. Nice double stun coming up. Give me the A as well. They put two of them together. There's gonna be a Ravage. Oh no, BKB's left. There goes Hector. They need to get Whisper next. He pops his BKB finally after. Will they at least get crit? Whisper wants to, and Whisper, he's still going in. S4 almost goes down, but that feels like the first real bad fight for Infamous there.
You've seen all the damage mitigation Kyle talked about with this armor.
Exactly. Pull the items real quick, Grant, because this is the key.
I'm gonna bring this. A lot of damage done here first. A lot of, and we've been talking about this actually. Gold change, that bleeding experience. That was a full 6,000. Oh my goodness. Oh god, what am I doing? He died over here. He just got ran at. Yeah.
Can I just say?
I'm about to bring up the items for you now.
Can I say? We all got to hold our breath here. Sumail is at 999 kills right now.
Hold on. He has currently got the record for most kills at TI, and he would be the first player in history to hit 1,000 over the course of history.
One more kill. Get ready. You might need to turn the sound down because we might pop up if he gets. Whoa.
And there's about a 20% chance Grant will miss it.
Yes. Oh god. Focus, Grant.
No pressure.
Dude, what if it is just a Huskar farming somewhere on the map? Sumail just snipes him like, oh well, congratulations. And could.
I personally want to see it to be like a triple kill with one blast, you know?
That'd be pretty cool.
Blast through it, you know?
All right, he does take the evasion. We've been seeing a few other life stealers going for the open wounds talent now, but evasion.
Huskar does not want to buy MKB, Slardar does not want to buy MKB, and Kunkka does not want to buy MKB, so all three heroes are annoyed by this evasion.
You can feel that because Infamous wasn't able to get the fight they wanted. Like, look at the net worth all of a sudden. EG starting to pull ahead, and this is the danger of going second item BKB on 3 cores. If you can't use them, you all start to fall off, and it neuters your ability to take fights as the game continues, because look at EG's, they have so many stuns, so much AoE magic damage, 5-second BKBs. Like, how does Infamous commit? Like, you need a immediate fight victory, whereas EG, they just want to continue to drag out these engagements until they can counter initiate.
And are we just, who needs to make a move right now? I mean, neither team really needs to, but I mean, it feels like Radiant might want to get Roche occasionally. You just got to get a pick up into Roche, but look at this. I guess you can. You're versus a Ravage in 15 seconds plus that AA blast, and they scan it out. They know it's happening. Can they stop it is the question. They're going to try.
Huskar is a hero, like, can't really function without this Aegis at some point.
They're going to run in. He's going to throw out the open wounds. They're going to look for Chris Luck. He will bring himself back. And neither team, they know this fight is big. You lose this fight, you lose Roche, and you lose everything. They're going to roll on forward. But Hector, He has his own 4-staff, makes it out of there.
But he's so low damage right now on this Huskar. Just like no phase, just the brown boots, and no real damage.
Oh, he hops in. He's going to jump in. Will they find Hector? They're going to try to. BKB won't happen yet. Here comes the A-Blast flying in. It's not going to anyone. It does actually end up hitting Whisper. They're going to jump forward. Arteezy could be in a little bit of trouble. He's already used his ulti. There's going to be a soul bind on the backside. They're just trying to throw as much damage as they can. Arteezy wants to run away. Will hit onto multiple level. Fly and take it to first. Arteezy might be the first one down. Not quite yet. Fly actually goes down. Natalie jump. Nice Ravage coming out. Will it be enough? Arteezy still up. So L does get that down, but he gets a double as well. They roll on forward and EG. They almost team wipe him. 2 buybacks from the Knicks and the Grimstroke.
And Sumail hits 1,000 kills in the history of TI. First player to do so. Congratulations to the young superstar. Not so young anymore, I suppose.
Dude, what a fight, though. It looked like Arteezy actually got it interrupted. He couldn't get out his rage. He gets stunned in the middle of it. But then all these BKBs. And shout out S4. He's been so patient this game, as you guys talked about. Like, this Ravage means so much. They're going to try to go, and they need to be careful. S4.
EG, they don't need Roche. They just need to make sure that they don't allow Infamous to get Roche. Because to your point, DSJ, if you want to win this game, you need Huskar to have an Aegis.
And we see the fight right here again.
And you actually see Tide was silenced by the Grimstroke's Phantom like until the very last moment. And you're talking about the problem with damage on the Huskar. And you see it. He's still hitting hardly any. But yeah, he's been silenced this whole time, gets stunned by the boat, and the silence doesn't get purged by Kraken Shell. So you're just sitting there, gets the Ravage off, right, like you said, very last moment. And that, like the Solar Crest Vlads, makes the difference there. Arteezy living on a sliver of health for the entire duration of that fight.
Dude, I didn't realize if you ulti on Huskar and you do get Ravage, like it just didn't hit, you just get stunned in midair. It doesn't even do the damage.
Yeah, the one thing I will say is, what was I thinking?
Well, I was gonna mention you have to be careful as Arteezy when you infest to initiate.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, because you can see there he preemptively carapaced, and there's no way as Lifestealer to like hop out because the Radiance tick happens immediately, right?
It's the infest tick that gets you.
Oh yeah, exactly. The infest damage actually procs on Carapace. Yeah. So you take a ton of self damage, and then all of a sudden you're obviously stunned in the middle of the map.
Yeah, it's really annoying to play against Nyx. Like even if you are infested in somebody, like even if you're playing Click Lifestealer, because you have to be very careful, like you said. Like if you mess that up, and right there he kind of did mess it up, but his team was with him, behind him, like ready to back him up. So
you kind of want to turn Radiance off when you infest, but it's counterintuitive, right?
Yes.
It's
really annoying, right? Like it's just not fun. But at the same time, you do scale way harder on Radiance Lifestealer than you do on the right click. So that means that's like with this item build that he's going, he is really their only late gamer. Like Sumail's kind of like an anti-carry in this game. Like he makes it really hard for the rest.
Scale so hard. Look at his talents.
But I'm saying he doesn't carry the game. He like makes the other team not carry the game.
I want that level 20, the level 25.
Yeah.
Both of them are insane, but the AoE cold feet is like absolutely absurd. Especially against all these meta.
Is it viable to go the Ice Blast kill threshold against a hero like Huskar?
Yes.
Is that a thing?
I don't know, man.
The cold feet
is pretty insane. And 7-second cooldown.
Look at the W now gives plus 38% magic damage as well because of the talent.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It's a lot. That is indeed a lot.
Yeah, and when you have an Earth Spirit, you have Spirit Vessel, you've got Lifestealer, like tons of AoE magic damage.
So it is a 5k lead for EG. Chris Luck, we see him, he's going for that Daedalus. Huskar on the other side of things going for that Assault Kira now. Doesn't even finish it out. He just puts the Ogrex away. He's like, I'm not getting you. Sorry.
I will say though, Huskar goes late game a lot better than I think people give him credit for. And especially, again, the level 25 talent, Burning Spear, Spear damage. That's a ton of it. Holy crap. I think you've got to be a little cautious on EG. You've played great so far, but I want to see them steadily start to put a little more gas into this game because just sitting back and farming, I'm not comfortable with that if I'm an EG fan. Because
do you just want to go whenever Ravage is up, kind of go, or?
I would just like to see them like get aggressive on the map, like fight around objectives, and it looks like that's exactly what they're going to do now that they have the BKB on the Tide. Because you are stronger, you will win a fight this.
Quiz question for Kyle without looking. How many
nice.
How many auras does Infamous have amongst their 5 heroes?
I'm going to go with the 0.
They have literally 0. Look at all their heroes. Yeah. And the difference maker, like they are building AC on the Huskar, AC on the Lifestealer, you have Vlad's, you have the mech in the Greed. Is it the Greed? No, it is the mech though. And you have the Spirit Vessel that's, even though it's not like an aura, it's like it makes it harder for somebody to play the game. There's so many more items.
It's huge advantage at this point. But just Vlad's AC is 14 armor. armor in a fight. Like, that's insane. Not counting Solar Crest or
the life
mech,
heal.
the chant heal, exactly. There's just so much innate sustain on this EG line.
Here we go.
I'm not a huge fan of the Slardar build, by the way. He went for the Echo Saber, which is like, you always have 3 carries now, which I don't like.
And here we go. There's going to be a big fight going on. Stinger's actually a 4-step downhill. Crit, we'll see him. Shen has gone down. Well, there is going to be a boat. He's going to Easto, there's just for Easy does get in here from the that's him getting Whisper. He's going to go down immediately, blown up. And I mean, you had to do something there, and they tried, but look about half second too late.
Yeah, I've played a lot of Slaughter in my life. AA is such an impossible matchup.
Do they have detection? Sure do. There's pulls into the air as well. He'll get frozen, and they're going to right-click him on down. There's the roll, right-click into it.
Huh, Yule doesn't purge cold feet, huh? That's interesting.
It was aggro Yules.
Oh, it was
Yeah,
aggro
it
Yules. Okay. I was confused with that for a second.
And now this one is scary. It's funny, the gold lead actually went down from EGs there in the map, but you've got an Aegis, and Arteezy, he just doesn't care. He's like, I got the Aegis, I am God right now. Instantly hitting the tier 3.
And you just don't have damage on this Lifestealer. You got evasion talent too, so
48 armor with the Solar Crest.
yeah,
That's a lot.
50% evasion.
Chris Luck. He's now they run 4 foot here. That's a 4-step.
You need Huskar MKB, but he's just honestly just a utility X. Like when you have to go BKB and Force and Halberd, like you don't hit that peak timing. It's 35 minutes into the game. He's yet to finish a true damage item.
They were thinking, they're like, do we finish this? I guess. They'll run back in. That's a full set of racks down. You still have the Aegis as well on life, who's getting close to level 25. What we got? Any big that could just like shift this game around right now? Slaughter, you talked about, has to get the MKB even though it doesn't feel great. You just need damage.
Yeah, everyone needs MKB if you want to do damage on next event.
Another huge thing coming out from Earth here when he gets it is the Lotus Orb. Against Slardar specifically, like it's just an armor item and another item that makes the harder to kill targets in general. Like whoever you focus, they're gonna be remove the amp. You're not gonna be able to use any direct target abilities on them.
Yeah.
Super annoying.
And I like what EG's doing here. They kill tower, kill bottom shrine. I expect that maybe the next round if Ida's picked up, they can look to just hold that ground again. They are incredibly strict position.
Yeah, if you talked about you didn't want to slow down. Guess what? They take one fight and now they have a full max. They just smoked up and did their thing.
I don't think Pro Dota works when you have 3 heroes building right damage. Like that's what Infamous has. Like you'd much rather have like mixed damage, like you have the Life Stealer plus AA, and then you have a bunch of auras.
I don't mind the. I just think you need somebody to self this, right? Somebody's got to build the team. You have all this system. You need a Vlad. You need an AC, and obviously the Huskar has that, but he's the one I think you want to have itemized for true right click, and he's got the only team that possess.
Stealer versus
Oh, he gets silent, so he can't X himself back. Will be here comes the A blast. It will end up hitting S4 gets the kill though. Now it's gonna try to bring down this tower. There will be a buyback. This could be the last fight. Soulbind just gonna go out. They force them over, trying to get connected to S4, but he's here. He does not care. Goodness, after a lot of damage, he knows isn't up yet. S4 is right playing Arteezy though. While Kill Hector gets the pressure hit as well. That's only enemy. Just on the floor is pretty big target. Hector's still getting run down by Arteezy. Arteezy gets pushed back a little bit. Doing a ton of damage. He's like, tied up, staying so much up there. Dinger, they're all dying to the AoE damage you talked about. And there's the G called. And oh my goodness, a bloodbath near the end. And I mean, a very active game nonetheless from both sides. We see Infamous played the same game they've been playing, right? We're going to run around, and the Huskers just going to farm the jungle, get a lot. So why didn't it work this game? Was it the 3 carries you talked about? Or?
No, it was the way EG played.